Good morning, my dear students. This is the first lecture of Fundamentals of Mobile Computing, the course to be taught in BTech 5th semester Computer Science and Engineering. Basically, when we talk about the syllabus of Module 1, it is dealing with PCS architecture, mobility management, network signaling, global system for mobile communication, that is the GSM, and then the architecture of GSM, mobility management, network signaling, etc. The textbooks which are prescribed in the syllabus are Joshin Schiller, that is Mobile Communications, the title, and the publisher is Pearson. Then there is another one, Wireless and Mobile Network Architectures by Yi Bin Lin. Uh, the reference books are Mobile and Personal Communication Systems and Services by Raj Pandya, which is published by Prentice Hall. And the list is we are having four books. The second one as references guide to designing and implementation of wireless LANs, because we have to study about LANs as well. And we have wireless web development by Raj Receptor, which is a Springer book. The wireless application protocol by Sandeep Singhal, that is again Pearson Education. So you can consult any of these books. Like for LAN, we will have to go for number 2 of reference. For wireless web development, we have to go for number 3 in the reference. But for fundamentals of mobile communication, you can go to the first book of the text, that is the mobile communication. So let us proceed to the syllabus. Though it is starting with PCS architecture, but I think that we should study about mobile computing and why we should study mobile computing. First of all, what is computing? Before we go to the term mobile computing is made up of two words, that is mobile and computing. So let's start with computing. What is computing? Since we all are computer science and engineering students, we know that the operation of computers, this is also mentioned in the Oxford Dictionary, the operation of computers means whenever the computers are performing some task, it is known as computing. What is mobile? Mobile can be anything, like which is moving. That it is someone or something that can move or be moved easily and quickly from place to place. Remember the times we had landline phones where we used to rush to the phone whenever it used to ring. And then came the cordless phones. The advantage was that we can carry the phone anywhere throughout the house with a specified range, right? So that was also uh, trying to give a gist of mobile thing. Then came the mobile computing. We have started with mobile phones, the smaller we have pagers type of thing which we used to carry, that were used for SMS type of messaging, that were the pagers. Then we had the WLL phones which were big in size, and they also were having a specified range, like they used to move only inside Lucknow and not outside the Lucknow. So this was basically beginning of mobile communication, wherein companies were putting all efforts to give us the advantage of mobility. So came the mobile computing. What it is? Mobile computing is when we talk about users with portable computers, and they have network connections while they move, means during their movement the network connection does not lose. So that actually is mobile computing. Mobile computing is an umbrella term used to describe technologies that enable people to access network services any place, anytime, and anywhere. Now, can we imagine a situation when we are going on roaming? Suppose I move to Delhi and mobile suddenly loses network. Nowadays, we don't have any such case, right? Only the exceptions are when we move to Jammu and Kashmir, where only the prepaid connections work, the postpaid connections do not work. I hope that everyone knows what is prepaid and postpaid. Prepaid mobile connection is where we already pay for the usage of mobile phone, like we top up for a month and we use it for the month, and when the month ends we have to again top up in advance. That is prepaid, means advanced payment. Postpaid is once we use the services and after that we get a bill, and that is a postpaid connection. Like at our homes, um, we get a bill of electricity consumption. So that is also a postpaid connection wherein we use the electricity for a month and accordingly our bill has been generated wherein we pay the bill and we get the services continued for the next month. So this is mobile computing where we use the connection at any place, anytime, and anywhere. When we move from one station to another, like we are moving from Lucknow to Noida or from Noida to Delhi, from Delhi to means say anywhere, Mumbai. So what happens? The base station where we are connected to, it transmits our or it transfers our details to the next base station, and the connection never loses. At times it may happen that there is so much of means weather thing there, the weather is not good, and for some time, for a fraction of seconds, we lose the network. That is a different case, but we believe that we don't lose the network at any place. A simple definition of mobile computing could be it is using a computer of one kind or another while on the move. It is not restricted to computer only. We can talk it about tablets or mobile phones as well, because nowadays we have mobile phones which are very much acting like a computer. All our work can be performed on that simple mobile, on the smart mobile phone that we have. Another definition of mobile computing could be that it is when a work process is moved from a normal fixed position to a more dynamic position. Means we have picked up our laptop and we have moved. And now when we go in the car, we have opened the laptop, and though we have connected through means mobile phone, or we have connected through Wi-Fi from a hotspot, so we are working on the laptop. So this is very simple. The third definition could be mobile computing is when a work process is carried out somewhere where it was not possibly previously possible. Means I am not working here in my room, I am going to the rooftop. So that is also a mobile computing. Then we go to the comparison of wired network. Why do we use wireless devices, or what wired devices were? There is a need for studying about the comparison of both of these things. So the wired networks have high bandwidth. Mobile networks have low bandwidth. The wired networks offer low bandwidth variability and mobile networks offer high bandwidth variability, means the variation can be more. Like wired networks, anyone can listen on the wire. Mobile networks are hidden, have hidden terminal problems. The wired networks have high power machines, mobile networks have low power machines. The wired networks have high resource machines. Mobile networks have low resource machines, because we have to move from one place to another, so we cannot carry all those resources together. The wired networks need physical security, means security access, and the mobile networks need proximity. The mobile networks have low delay. Mobile wired networks have low delay, and mobile networks have higher delay. The wired networks have connected operation and mobile networks have disconnected operation. I hope by this comparison you will be very much clear in your mind what wired network is and what mobile network is. We move on to the next. Why do we need mobile computing actually? Because it enables anywhere anytime connectivity, means we are not bound to the location, we are not bound to the area, we are not bound to a particular network. We can move anywhere anytime with the connectivity on and our work going on smoothly. Next is bring computer communication to areas without pre-existing infrastructure. So this is the basic advantage of mobile computing, that we don't need pre-existing infrastructure. Means is it required to have um, connection means electricity connection every time. No, if I charge my laptop, I can use it for 4 to 5 hours easily. If I charge my mobile phone, smartphone, I can use it for 12 hours easily, because it is requiring, it is having low resources as well. So the battery usage is also less. And then, and the next advantage is, the next need is enable mobility. Means we are not bound to a base station, we are not bound to a location. We can move from one place to another on the go, and our work will not be hindered in any sort. Next, we have the enable new applications. Means when we are moving, we get new things to work upon. Since we are always working, so we have new applications on the go, on the move. And when we have internet connection, we can use that applications. You might have seen that many applications are open source. If I don't have a C, then I can use online C compiler to execute my program. That is very simple. It is an exciting new research area as well. If you are interested in the research field in mobile computing, then it is very good. You can study, you can find out new things in mobile computing. The area is boundless. You can go far, far, far into the depth of mobile computing. We have the examples of wireless devices. First is the laptops. Then we have the palm tops, they are smaller in size. We have the personal digital assistants or the PDAs. We have the cell phones, we have the pagers, we have the sensors. Your generation might have not seen pagers. Pagers are very small devices, means half or one third the size of the mobile phone, and you can put it in your pocket. You can clip it in your means waist belt, and you can receive SMS type of messages. So it is not for talking basically, it is for messaging. Pagers are messaging services. And then we have these sensors. Sensors like we have finger scanners. I'm giving you a simple example. It is not limited to finger scanners only. So these are various type of sensors which have which are inculcated or which are installed in the mobile or wireless devices. Challenges in going wireless. If we try to go wireless, then what are the problems that we would face? Disconnection. Means I gave you an example that the weather is very bad and I am into the middle of my work, important work given by my office, and I suddenly lose connection. So in that case, I have no option than to rest and wait for the connection again, right? The low bandwidth means the during mobile devices the bandwidth suddenly comes low, and the speed of the computation becomes low. So this is another drawback. High bandwidth variability means the bandwidth, if you move to a new area, maybe the bandwidth is high, and during that case the fluctuation during the bandwidth, it gives problems. Often we become irritated, what is this going on? Right now the email was opening, now it is not opening, my computer is not performing, or my laptop is not performing. These type of things which are due to the variability of the bandwidth. Low power and resources. Since I said that I can use my laptop for 4 to 5 hours, but what happens when these 4 to 5 hours are exhausted? Or maybe my laptop's battery suddenly uh, means it gives up, that now I have to change my battery in between my work, and I'm not in my station, I'm not at my town. How do I do that? How do I meet the requirements? So in that case, I definitely need a power connection, electricity connection. Security risk, the theft risk, the fraudulent risk is always there. That we all know, somebody has stolen my laptop bag. What can I do now? Then there are wide variety of terminals and devices with different capabilities. Device attributes means we have to meet with all these requirements. Fit more functionality into single smaller device. So what we need? We need a higher RAM. And for that we have to spend a bigger amount. Remember the days we used to have desktop computers and we used to work on 256 MB RAM, and now 6 GB RAM is also not sufficient. The mobile or the tablet or the laptop does not function well, because we have so many things in a small device, and to meet those we need more RAM size, or the more memory size. So that is another problem for mobile devices. Properties of mobile computing, what are these? We can define the computing environment as mobile if it supports one or many of these of the characteristics which are listed here. User mobility means the user is on the go. Network mobility means we can switch from one network station to the other without even knowing about it. The device mobility, the device is moving from one place to another. The service mobility means right now I was using the network of some other company, then again I am using the network of some other company, which we have the option in our mobile or laptop that we can switch the service. Then bearer mobility means whoever is having this mobile device is also moving. Session mobility means the sessions are the work task force which are there in the mobile device, and they can be moving all the time. Host mobility means client server IP. So what happens that the host by which I have been connected to the internet, that host is also moving. Suppose I have connected through hotspot from a mobile phone and that is moving, so I have to move along to get the Wi-Fi connection. Right? So these are all the properties of mobile computing. Then we come to the diagram of mobile connectivity. Can you see this diagram? Yes, it is very nice, very complicated type of thing. Each machine is connected to each of the other machine. The mobile connectivity between two nodes exists if they are continuously connected through wireless channel and can utilize the channel without being subjected to spatial or temporal constraints. Means we are not bound to any type of constraint, and throughout the day, throughout the hour, we can keep on moving, and the connection from one node to the other switches without even knowing about it. So this is the simple connection of mobile devices which we can see here in the diagram. It is such type of means say web structure where all the connections, all the devices are connected to each other. We have the applications of mobile computing. See, these are not limited here. We can have vast applications than these. First is for estate agents. Any agent, any state agent who is dealing with the estate services can use the mobile computing. Emergency services in courts, in companies, credit card verification, stock information collation or control, taxi truck dispatch that we use Ola, Uber, isn't it? Then we have electronic mail or paging. We have airline, railway industries, wherein we go for the reservations online, banking and financial institutions. We pay our fees online, we get our salary online, we need not to visit the bank. Insurance and financial planning, we can give our LIC policy online, we can give our means mutual funds online. So all these are the advantages of or applications of the mobile computing. Transportation industry, hospitality industry means we can book the rooms before going to a new location, and then we feel comfortable once we have a stay confirmed, so we check in and then we can move around and look for new things. Manufacturing and mining industries, wherein we can go for new manufacturing industries, we can give the details about it and we can go for electronic business through it. So these are the applications of mobile computing, which are not restricted to these. Whatever else you can think, you can put into these categories where mobile word is being used. Means we are talking about the um, business or the transactions on the go. Research issues in mobile computing. I had already discussed about research issues, that if you are interested in research, you can go for mobile computing at any time. The wireless communication, in wireless communication you can go for quality of connectivity, bandwidth limitations. You might have heard the WSN, protocols. You might have heard about the research in WSN. So this is in wireless communication, which you can opt for. Then we have mobility, location transparency, location dependency. These are the things which we can study in mobility. Portability, this is power limitations. This is then there is display, processing, storage limitations. See, whenever we give a research output, whenever we give a research proposal, the industry implements that research proposal. So be it, I said that we used to work on 256 MB RAM, now we work on 6 GB RAM. Then TV would also come into existence. So this is the output of some research as well. Somebody has said that yes, if this is the configuration, the server can be made. So what the industry does, takes that research and develops that configuration for a server and tests it. If there is a problem, then the testing can be again done and we can have that much configuration server into existence. So this is means the research is not only limited to this. You can search for more and more topics on in mobile computing. It is a very vast field because every day something new is happening. We face new challenges every day when we come into practical implementation of things. So I hope that you like the lecture very much, and you have listened to it patiently, and you can go for research in mobile computing. You can have new patents against your name. You can apply for new projects. Government also always gives new projects, so you can apply for that as well. So this is not a limited field, it is a very vast field. So that is all for this lecture. Thank you everyone for listening so patiently, and do wait for next videos to come up. Thank you so much.